Imagine waking up on a Tuesday morning feeling absolutely unstoppable. You jump out of bed, smash through your to-do list, hit the gym, and eat a perfect meal. You look at yourself in the mirror and think, this is it. I have finally cracked the code to infinite human discipline. This is the new me. But then, Friday rolls around, and everything completely falls apart. Suddenly, the thought of doing even a single productive task feels like trying to move a mountain. You spend the entire weekend paralyzed on your couch, staring at a screen, trapped in a deep cycle of endless procrastination and guilt. You know exactly what you should be doing. Your goals are completely clear. Your responsibilities are waiting, but your brain feels like it is locked behind a paywall. If you have ever experienced this exact roller coaster, I want you to take a deep breath because you are definitely not alone. For years, I have seen so many ambitious people get trapped in this exact same exhausting cycle. They have 3 days of hyperproductivity followed by 3 days of doing absolutely nothing. The worst part is the massive wave of guilt that whispers that you are a failure, forcing you to try even harder next week. But here is the truth that nobody tells you. Breaking this loop is actually easy once you understand one core reality. The real problem isn't a lack of discipline at all. It is an energy management issue. When you have those super intense days where you try to be the ultimate version of yourself, you aren't actually finding magic motivation. You are just borrowing energy from your future self. Your mind and body have a very strict credit limit. If you spend all your cognitive currency by Wednesday afternoon, your body is going to come collecting that debt on Thursday, whether you like it or not. Think about how a typical modern workplace operates. We are constantly pushed to meet deadlines, clear notifications, and stay connected every single minute. When you try to replicate this high-pressure lifestyle in your personal development, you create a recipe for total burnout. I have seen freelancers and young professionals spend an entire decade trying to maintain an idealistic, hyper-focused schedule, only to end up completely exhausted. They equate stellar metrics and overachieving with their value as human beings, forgetting that your mind requires intentional rhythm to function. Before we dive into the solution, it is worth noting that if this extreme all-or-nothing cycle completely disrupts your life, it could be a sign of how your brain processes dopamine. A lot of people eventually discover they have inattentive ADHD, where tasks are exciting at first but become completely impossible once they feel normal. Just a quick heads up that this video is for educational purposes and isn't professional medical advice. So definitely talk to a doctor if you need real guidance. But for most of us, this is simply the natural consequence of treating our life like a sprint instead of a marathon. The people on social media who claim they are going at 100% every single day are either lying, trying to sell you something, or heading straight toward a massive breakdown. In reality, a productive streak followed by a recovery day is completely normal. The real danger is when one necessary recovery day turns into 4 days of self-loathing, aimless scrolling, and total isolation. To fix this, we have to completely change how we design our days. The very first actionable step you can take right now is to stop planning for off days and start using what I call a minimum day. When your energy inevitably drops, your instinct is usually to completely give up on everything because you can't hit your perfect routine. Instead of letting the day become a total zero, you need to lower the bar ridiculously low. Choose one tiny, meaningful task that takes less than 10 minutes. It could be folding a single pile of laundry, walking to the end of the street, or responding to just one important email. By accomplishing this one small thing, you keep your momentum alive. You prove to your brain that you are still a productive person, and you completely eliminate the guilt. The second strategy is learning how to intentionally slow down when you are actually feeling great. When you are on a massive productive streak, that is the exact moment you need to force yourself to rest. It sounds completely backward, but you have to stop trying to be a hero every single day. If you usually work until you are completely exhausted, try stopping when you still have 20% of your energy left. Add some intentional chill time to your high days, and add a tiny bit of structure to your low days. Flattening these extreme waves prevents the painful emotional crash. We also need to talk about the trap of fake rest. When we feel overwhelmed, we usually spend hours lying down, scrolling through social media, or binge watching shows. But the truth is, this doesn't actually recharge your brain. Your mind is still burning energy processing random information, leaving you just as tired the next morning. A real reset requires a complete change of your environment. Go spend half a day outdoors. Try an active hobby like rock climbing, or hang out with friends somewhere entirely new. Doing something that demands your focus outside of your home forces a true mental reset. Another fantastic tool is recognizing that you might be a low arousal individual during your recovery periods. This simply means that when your energy is low, your brain performs best when matched with low energy tasks. Instead of forcing yourself to tackle your biggest creative or strategic projects when you feel drained, intentionally schedule your administrative work for those days. Clean up your digital files, organize your desk, or catch up on easy reading. Matching the difficulty of your tasks to your current biological state removes the friction and stops the cycle from getting dramatic. As we navigate our 20s and 30s, we also have to accept our changing physical realities. The brutal truth is that you can no longer pull off the heroic all-nighters you did in college without paying a massive price. Skipping sleep, eating terrible food, and staying completely sedentary just to fix a procrastination streak will always increase your misery. Prioritizing a solid sleep environment, keeping your room cool and dark, and limiting your caffeine intake to the morning hours acts as a permanent anchor. Taking care of your body ensures your low days stay manageable. Ultimately, a lot of this suffering comes from tying our entire self-worth to our daily productivity. We live in a society that constantly tells us we are only valuable if we are achieving something grand. But when you stop viewing your natural low-energy days as personal failures, the heavy resistance to getting back to work completely disappears. Pacing yourself isn't a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate form of self-awareness. You are building a sustainable lifestyle that keeps you healthy and focused for the next 10 years. Rather than just trying to survive until next weekend. So, the next time you find yourself sliding into a low-energy phase, don't panic and definitely don't beat yourself up. Just embrace your minimum day. Let your mind and body recover properly, and trust that your drive will naturally return. Instead of a generic request to like and subscribe, I want to ask you for a value-based commitment. Leave a comment below sharing the exact one tiny task you are going to do today to keep your momentum alive. Even if your energy is at zero, let us build a community that values smart pacing over constant burnout. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon.